When it comes to managing the family finances, one person usually takes the lead. For me and my wife, that role was unofficially assigned to me simply because it's what I do day in and day out. However, there are a few issues that arise in these types of situations. For one, since she trusts me to take care of the finances, she is left with a poor grasp of our financial picture. Because of this, she's often feeling stressed or anxious about money. For example, she was recently comparing two coffee makers that had a $20 difference. And she clearly liked the one that was more expensive, but couldn't bring herself to buy it. To me, these sorts of decisions seem relevant because I know our financial picture and spending an extra $20 will not impact our finances long term. But when you're not sure how things are going financially, I can definitely see how this could be a stressful decision. Another issue that arises is if something were to happen to me, my wife wouldn't even know where to start. Where are our investments held? How much life insurance did Mark have? How do I keep contributing to the kids' education account? So on and so forth. So how do we fix this? My first thought was to get her more involved in the process. But she didn't really want to be involved in these types of decisions. She just wanted to make sure that things were going to be okay. Okay, perfect. So we decided to keep our lines of communication open when it comes to discussing our finances, but it was still missing that visual appeal. It's one thing for me to say that we're going to be okay, but it's another for me to show her. Being the retirement planning nerd that I am, I took her through an in-depth analysis of our finances. Well, it turns out that this was overwhelming and didn't drive home the point either. So how do I simplify things then? Well, I turned to my trusty friend, Microsoft Excel. I took all of our relevant financial information and put it on one spreadsheet. But as soon as she started looking at it, I can see the confusion in her face looking at those different numbers and formulas. It was also missing that visual appeal. It was just words and numbers on a page with no real meaning. So we finally settled on building out a roadmap of our finances. Here's an example of a roadmap for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a retired couple in their 60s. Okay, so as we can see, we have Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the middle, and on this one page, we can see their entire financial picture. So we'll start with Mr. Smith. He has RIF withdrawals of $45,000 per year, as well as CPP and OAS, bringing his income to just over $63,000 per year. He also has investments in his RIF and tax-free savings account for a total of $750,000. Now, Mrs. Smith, on the other hand, also has RIF withdrawals, CPP and OAS, bringing her income to just over $55,000 per year. And she also has investments in her RIF, LIRA, and TFSA totaling $670,000. Now, jointly, they have a savings account, a checking account, and one vehicle. Their home is worth $650,000, and there is still a small mortgage against it. They also have a joint life insurance policy of $500,000. So as you can see, their entire situation fits on one page. If you like an asset roadmap such as this one, we've included a link down in the description. It takes about 15 minutes to complete and we'll have it sent out to you. After reviewing the roadmap, my wife felt a lot better about our financial situation. She could clearly see where all of our income and assets were located. It was also a document that we decided to include with our will because if something were to happen to both of us, it'd be a lot easier for our executor to figure out our financial lives. Needless to say, we now have a brand new coffee maker, and let me tell you, it was worth that extra $20. If you want to see another video related to retirement stress, hit that link on the screen. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.